Alright, today I'm going to show you how to colour in using Photoshop. There are a couple of ways to do it, so that you know that yes, I've tried one way and you can try this way as well. You need very accurate hands, or you can use the simple way and do a great cover. You can find any image you like. Remember, it's got to be high quality. Maybe some of you really like this tutorial, and again, it's an easy way to learn how to paint and be accurate. So here's a photograph that I've downloaded from the internet. I've made sure it's a JPEG file to start with, but you can convert any file onto Photoshop. If you find a PDF, Photoshop will still open it. So the typical thing is you go over here, you click the paintbrush, okay, it's got pencil tool, okay, so the brush tool, so get the brush tool here, see how big it is, okay, bring it over here. Remember, right clicking will change the size of your brush, and the hardness will also change here. So I think I'll make it fairly soft on the edges. Yeah, this is 100% soft. You get a softy waffly edge on the outside, but colouring in you probably don't want that, so maybe bring your hardness up so the edge is a bit harder. You can go back and forth and change this a few times. So here's my colour down here, so I'll just pop off there. Here's your colour down here. It's going to be orange. I'll just click anywhere to pick a colour, say OK. I'll zoom in very quickly to his hair. I'm just going to try and paint his hair in. Here it goes, paint the hair in. You got to be careful. Obviously, the smaller the paintbrush, I'll change the paintbrush size in a minute. See if I can get it in accurate. So you can do it this way. You try and stay within those black lines. Sometimes it's difficult. No more difficult than a pencil sometimes. Just do his hair. Now, if you were using a new palette, which they do for comic strips, then it's just, you would use your hand. Yeah, I'm using the mouse trying to get it, and I've made a mistake there already. And look, there you go. And if I was smart, I could do a couple of them. Just keep going. And this is actually what kids do. This is part of competitions nowadays. You see one down at Woolworths or something like that at Coles. And if you kept it inside the screen, you'd have great orange hair. Not too bad. But I'm going to do this guy a little bit different. I'm going to click on his hair. I'm going to change my colour. Let's give him a bit of blue hair. Say OK. This time I'm going to use what they call the magic tool here. Quick selection tool. Matter of fact, I use the wand. So what happens with the wand is you have to actually have a good, strong black outline to do this with. It will only select, okay, what's inside the border. So if I click here, it only selected this border here, and then this time I pick the paintbrush up. I know I'm going to be blue. I make the paintbrush fairly big. I just rub over that area, and there you go. Then I go back, I pick up the wand again, pick the next selection area, but see how it's still here, got to be careful. I'll select, deselect, and just click in this one. So this time it's only that section inside there. This time I'll just change the blue to a little bit lighter or darker, lighter. Pick my paintbrush up, rub over it again. Select, deselect, and this time, hit the screen, I've got a blue and a red-headed bloke. Now, remember, it only works if the outline is very, very clear. So maybe when you get your photograph, the best thing is make sure they're good, straight, hard outlines, black and white. And you can make the image here. If you adjust the levels, make sure that you can see the levels here. That the black is black, pull this one in, and the white is really white. And don't worry about the change of colour here, that just happened because I'm doing this afterwards. So there we got some strong lines. So blue is blue, red is red, black and white are strong colours. Now I'll just do this again. I'll select magic wand. I'll just do his pants here, this guy. I might do his, so pants, and these two selections here should all be the same colour. And I'll pick a colour down here. Let's just go yellow. Okay, so this time if I paint his yellow pants in, I paint his shoes in, I'll move to the next colour, magic wand, select, deselect. Now you're going to make mistakes, back and forth, make mistakes. And you notice up here this one, if I just click that one, only the area that I picked this time will be picked. If I go somewhere else, it changes. Remember, it doesn't hold on. So the top of his shoes now, the top of this guy's shoes, only the selection that I pick. But if you want to pick several of them, you can click this one, and his shoes. Now I'm starting to make a few mistakes, but this is the selection tool. Do the paintbrush, paint a simple one in, and maybe we could have a little contest of how to do it. But that is the easiest way to paint. Okay, not using just the paint tool itself. Use the selection tool and paint beautifully. And you end up with, this is what they do with comic strips. You can spend hours. There's little changes up here where you call about tolerance. If you have some trouble, you can use and change that number. I might have to explain next term what the tolerance is, but remember, here it is, magic wand, different types of selection you've got. Okay, your tolerance, I've got it at 20, maybe you'd like it at 22. If you change up to 100, you might have a few issues, I think. I'll just paint the inside of his eyes for a moment. So I'll just turn it back to just select one area, his eyes, inside there, so just this guy's eyes. I'll make them green, pick my paintbrush, woof, and there it is. Select, deselect. Remember, it only works on a very set, hard colour. Alright, that'll do. Have a go at that.